On this episode of Camera Crusades, I'm back in the Superstitions for some photography and camping. Stay tuned. So today I'm headed to the Peralta Trailhead, well, close to Peralta Trailhead. I want to take some photographs of the Three Sisters. It's a beautiful rock formation in the Superstition Mountains wilderness. Looking to camp out tonight, but let's just say I'm a little bit spooked already. We've had 3 river crossings, and so far the count is 2 rattlesnakes, approximately 4.5, maybe 5 feet long, very, very large. And the first one was dead. It was run over by a passing car. The second one I came across just driving up the road here. So I'm gonna definitely keep that in mind as I'm walking around out here in the desert. But cool to see some wildlife, I suppose, but I definitely don't want to get caught by one of those off guard, especially if I've already seen 2 in a matter of miles. So a little bit scared about that, but be cautious, and I think everything will work out. Let's get up to our spot and settle in for camp. I think it's going to be a fun night of photography, and then as well again at sunrise tomorrow.
Oh, you know, did you get run over, dude? You did, didn't you?
So I got my pillow, sleeping bag number 1, sleeping bag number 2, and a air pad to kind of fill out the sleeping area here. So this is the main view of the Three Sisters, which is this formation here. It's kind of hard to see the different layers at this particular angle, but I really like how it has that kind of a sharp triangular peak to it. And right now you can see it's extremely backlit. In the morning it's going to have beautiful, beautiful sunrise light just hitting the tips as well as working its way down. I'm very interested in seeing tonight whether or not there's going to be any like crazy light pollution throwing some cool colors in the sky. Actually, just behind the peak here is basically the metropolitan of Phoenix. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out, as well as a half moon tonight also, all kind of playing tricks, various light sources. So it's going to be very interesting to see how things kind of turn out as we get later in the night into hopefully potentially some stars and maybe some just really interesting light. But give it a couple hours and we'll see what we can do. Well, it was a cold, cold night last night, dipping to about 40 degrees, but somehow in the desert it seems to feel colder than it actually is. However, I don't know. I don't have any logic to that, but it was definitely cold last night. Still setting up some shots this morning with the Three Sisters rock just behind me. You know, I'm not sure how the star photography stuff turned out last night. I was excited originally with the full moon, or the half moon, and the the glow from the city over the mountains, but honestly it basically just made everything super backlit, and it didn't necessarily work out. But if it did work out, you would have seen that a minute ago, just before me talking, just kind of show you that sequence through the night. But sunrise this morning is going to be it's going to be better, but it's not going to be great. No clouds this morning, but there is a little bit of that desert glow where you get kind of some gradient of like a darker blue, some purples, and a little bit of pink. So I think that's going to work out great as well. We'll keep on exploring this morning as the light comes over the mountains to the east. Well, I hope you enjoyed hanging out in the Superstition Mountains with me. You know, I'm still kind of on the fence about the astrophotography stuff, but you know, maybe it's just because I'm comparing those incredibly dark skies that I had in the Death Valley trip. Probably one of the darkest skies I've ever seen. So coming here and just having any light pollution at all kind of makes it to where it's not as good, but that doesn't mean the photos aren't going to turn out great. Hopefully within the video here I got a couple of keepers, and you'll get to see that throughout the video. But overall though, you can't go wrong coming out to the Superstitions, camping. Beautiful mountains, lovely lush desert landscape, and just all great things. Obviously the snakes are not high up on my list, but for this time around, just the two, so not too bad at all. So definitely just a PSA for everybody. Do be careful when you're out here. Wear gaiters, wear long pants, and be prepared if you do have a snake bite, because the fact that I'm seeing them means that they're coming out for the year. So definitely prepare for that. In the meantime, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Camera Crusades, and I'll see you in that next adventure.